Good morning. All right. We're going to grind for a few. And then we're going to get back to cutting a piece. Hey, Ray. Morning, Shiny George. Morning, Harry Ray. What's going on, brother? All right. I'm going to mute for a few. Hey, Tom. Good morning. You've missed so much, Tom. You've missed so much. Be right back, guys. All right. Started the Harpy. Yes. I came to a good stopping place on the Machine and Krieger thing. So, yep, working on the Harpy. Look at Harpy last night. Well, I'm glad you were looking at it. Was it looking back at you? If you stare long enough at the abyss stares back. That little subtitles. Just about. Hey, Nick, good morning. That's about right, right? That means I need to crack open mine. Now, that's correct. Now, keep in mind, mine's going to take a long time to get done. This is going to be a year-long project. I might try to do a couple of additional things along the way. Probably not on live stream, but I'll try to do something as well. I did yesterday look at a couple models, and I think I've chosen the one I want to do for the Kirk collection because it's pretty straightforward. And I'll show you what that is. Or maybe I'll wait until I start it. We'll see. I'm sure mine will be also nice. Hey, Joe. Good morning, by the way. I'm busy writing up a story for the 7 Tale. It's been fun. Nice. Good for you. Whatever it takes to have fun, brother. As promised. Nice. Charles, good morning. How are you, ma'am? How are you? How's the family? How's shit? That's when rocket powered at 40. Whatever. Looking forward since we can fly rockets at the field. Nice. Oh, we are grinding some plastic there in a little bit. Rocket powered F-14, yeah. Well, theory kind of is, isn't it? Charles. Well, more shit for the fan this year. Oh, boy. Something else come up, Charles, or not? Hey, Kevin. Good morning. How are you? I'm showering myself with debris. All right, I'm going to start shaving some of these other two back, and then we're going to probably go silent again and start grinding. Launches with wing swept, then the swings. Yeah, ejection. Nice. So the 15 Gundam under Hearst and Gundam Wing will be in theaters. I'm going to try and see it. I'm sorry, which one? Gundam under Hearst? Yeah, Wing I'm going to miss. What's under Hearst? Okay. There we go. 2 days ago, my grandfather fell and didn't know he did till he woke up from a nap and saw himself in the mirror. Uncle decided not to take him today till yesterday. Found out with the CT he has a brain bleed. He's really not sure if he will make it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. I'm really sorry. Gotta tell you. Charles, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear that. Iron-blooded orphans order. Oh, got it. Thank you. Iron-blooded orphans side story, from what I know. Sorry here, Charles. For the best, yes. Jesus Christ. You know, I got to tell you. You know, okay, this is gonna be a little personal. I remember back in 2019, 2020. Jesus, I blocked the year from mine when my wife was transitioning from one job to another because the one she was coming from was things just weren't right. At the same time, she had her medicine had basically caused her to go septic. We thought we were going to lose my wife. We were in between jobs. My job was looking precarious. Her job was definitely precarious. And her health was, I mean, it was at the worst. Anyway, with all of that going on, and I'm thinking, why is it that people get dealt, these really shitty cards? And it's not like you get dealt one card, you get dealt a ton of cards. My engineer at work, same thing. His family, I mean, they can't buy their fucking way out of any bad luck. I mean, they try, they do good, and he always seems to just get the shitty end of the stick. And Charles, and the reason I bring this up is because it seems to me like you're sort of in that same camp. And I'm not saying this like in a ha ha type of way. It literally pains me to no end when you know somebody and you see that they try to do good, they try to do right, they try to do whatever it is to do right by their family or just whatever, and they always seem to get dealt the bad cards, always. Charles, just having said that, my prayer is out to you and your family, and I really hope for the best. Since yesterday, so we will see. Sorry, that joke. Never ending Uno. Yeah. It always comes in three for us, it seems. If one thing goes wrong, might as well prepare for more. Yeah. And in fact, Charles, if it were three, right? Then it's like, I thought it stopped at three. Why am I fucking five? Yeah. Anyway. Ken, good morning. How are you, ma'am? And guys, and I hope you understand, this isn't a George putting himself in Charles's position. Or my engineer or whatever. When I hear things like this, I cannot tell you how close it brings me to tears when you know somebody that you have a lot of like and respect and love for, and you see it's like, can somebody please buy this person out of the situation that they're in? last week when my engineer got some more bad news, I'm literally sitting there and it's just like I can't work because it bothers me so much, and it didn't impact me directly. And the same thing with Charles. It's just like every time I hear from Charles, it's like, this other thing kind of came up. It's like it pains me to no end. And maybe this is something that we need to keep in mind, right? We need to remember we have to be empathetic to all people out there, particularly those who are struggling, and not just kind of look at this like, well, hope you get better. Appreciate it, everyone. Yeah, of course, Charles. Do bad stuff, don't get affected. It's disheartening. Yeah. That's not always the case. It's not always the case, but it certainly sometimes feels that way. So, well, if it makes you feel better, I hate dumping bad news on anyone, but I see to come back here for some reason and it caused you feel better, I guess. So I appreciate George. No, Charles, you're always welcome here. And not just because, look, and certainly, remember, this is what we're about. Fuck the model. Fuck anything else. We are here because this is a place that I've always wanted it to be. A place where somebody can come when they're in a bad place. That's how I got here. I needed to reach out and talk to people. This place will always, I hope, as long as I'm alive, will always be here to be here for people who are in need. I wish, trust me when I say, I wish I had $1 billion. Trust me, I wouldn't keep most of it. I don't know what to do. I would find good homes for it to help people who need help. Since unfortunately I'm not in that financial situation, the only thing I can do is I can, be a place here of solace, even if it's just for a short while. So, sending good vibes to all. Yeah. Anyway, Charles, all the best. Keep us posted. I guess there was a modicum of good news yesterday when the pregnancy test came back negative. But again, praying for. I'm praying for your grandfather, man. Seriously, guys. All right. It's cheaper than BetterHelp. I don't know what's BetterHelp. Anyway, I'm gonna start sanding this down, see if I can get it flatter now. I've hated not being here, but so much going on. I just fated to come here, but figure beans drags me back. Well, Charles, again, at like I say, I'm never gonna say you got to come back here all the time. You come back here when you feel like it's appropriate to come back, and we'll always be here to be supportive. We'll always be here to be supportive. Online mental health company. Oh, is that what they are? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ken. How are you? Hope you had a nice weekend. You're welcome, Chuck. And something similar is constantly advertising. Online mental health. You mean I could work from the intersection? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm not to belabor it too much, but I think, and frankly, I think this is what we need more of. And I'm not saying more people to be in a bad place. We need more empathy, where we actually, when we see somebody in pain, We don't look at that and go, "Oh, yeah, hope you get better. Yeah, later. I'm going this way. I'm gonna go buy myself a coffee. Can I get you something?" That kind of mentality. We need people to actually care more. Mr. President. Lost a friend today. He passed away in sleep. Oh, Jesus Christ. Edwin, are you serious? Edwin, again, my condolences. Was this obviously a friend? There must have been somebody close. Were they young, old? And again, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but need more people who can listen if you can't say anything to make it better. Just someone who will sit and listen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Last year, after year, and I'm sorry, 2024 now, when my wife lost her job, and we were like, "At what the hell's going next?" I mean, just and the way she lost it, it was bordering on criminal. By the way, we've heard back from that school, everything that she said that they should have done, they haven't implemented. Nothing's gotten better, and they're actually saying, "Yeah, that's kind of the stuff we were talking about doing before you got rid of the person who was trying to help." But it is what it is. But after she lost her job, she this became, you guys remember, I couldn't do any major construction. I was just snapping things together, literally just wanted the company. Being here for the company was what made the days better. And I remember it was like, do I want to go live streaming? And then I live streamed. I felt so good. And then right at the end of the show, it's like, and now real reality. I've got to return to reality. The time here has been so beneficial to me personally when the chips are down. And I'm thankful to everyone who's been here, put a smile on my face, smack me every now and whatever it is. It's always appreciated. It has been appreciated for almost 6 years now. Again, let's continue to do this, not for me, for all of us, and in particular for those who are in pain right now. Good to hear it. We'll keep you in our prayers. Yeah. He was, Jesus, 46. I got to tell you, a friend from the Star Wars Club and we used to meet. I am so sorry, Edwin. There's nothing more painful than to hear people who are younger than me passing away. Anyway, yeah. Thoughts and prayers, Edwin. I hope you and his family are will be all right. Maybe I am. And I know, look, guys, not every episode is going to be all about laughing and cheering and everything like that. There are going to be days and episodes where, I'm sure there's going to be people popping in and going, I can't deal with this, and they're going to be leaving. But frankly, this is what we're all about. We are here to support each other. Some of these people and some of these families don't look after their health. Again, Tom, I'm going to make a recommendation. We don't know the reason. We can't make assumptions. Anyone want a little dark humor? Maybe. Too soon, maybe. Unexpressed love be expressing family and friends. Yeah. Well put, Joe. Yeah. All right. So the yellow has not been brought down. I'm now working on that one there, and I'll start grinding away on that one, and then finalize with this one over here. and then we'll start. Then I'll get back to making a few more of these covers, and then we'll get to putting them on here. So, guys, obviously, there's crazy shit going on. How was everybody else's weekend? Hopefully others had enjoyable weekends. Hopefully you had a chance to spend time with family and friends. We're talking about my engineer. He was actually texting with me like the majority of last night. We're trying to get my some kind of stuff fixed on my system here. It's fixed and updated. And one of the things I kept on saying to him, it's like, look, if I'm taking you away from family, let me know. We don't have to continue this if you're busy. Watching the Andrew Garfield interview about his mom really set a mindset for me. Nice. Good news. I only crashed one plane. Bad news. I only flew one plane. Nice. I climbed Mount St. Laundry. You fly in Ellington? You climbed Mount St. Laundry? I'm thankful that it wasn't a mountain for us this weekend. Okay. I may have to hit this thing with primer after I'm done getting this done, just to see what needs to be repaired. There's the first one and the second one done. Now I'm going to start cracking away at that one. Let's see. Cleaning up after the chaos on set. Oh, wow. Hopefully it didn't take that long to do, Nick. Flew up in Monsoon at Flint Park. Spanish is cleaning up. Well, the thing is, his house is close enough so I don't have to travel far to pay my respects. The city was in flood season today. It's running for 8 hours. Edwin, how readily do the streets get, like when you have like heavy rains like that? How often do you get flooding? But I'm very happy to hear that your ability to go see your friend and his family is, he's close by. All right, I'm going to mute this again. I'm going to grind a little bit more, and we'll get back to it. Nice. Thank you again, Ray. Mostly kids' toys everywhere. The guests did well at picking up juice boxes after. Oh, nice. That's good. birthday party. It was Mavis's. Mavis's official birthday party, not her official birthday. Here, because of the government incompetence, instead of fixing the real problem, it just apply Band-Aid every year. The affected areas of the north. I'm on the southwest part. Got it. Oh, man. You can teach his birthday. Nice. Oh, well. Happy birthday, Mavis. That photo of Mavis is still just lovely. Her on her bike. Man. Whoops. I bet I cracked it. I did. I cracked the plastic. Or is that the seam? I can't tell. It could be seam, it could be crack. It could be both. Am I the only one that remembers Mavis Beacon teaches typing? Probably. Never heard it right. I don't know that I remember it. I'll have to ask my daughter and my wife. If it was something that we read to the kids, they'd remember it. At school and didn't have to use the things for that class. At least I wasn't carving stone tablets. I learned typing on a typewriter. Took a typing class with Mrs. Dagnan. Still remember. Joy Dagnan. Home ec as a class, yeah. We had that as well at my Catholic high school. For people who learn typing on a typewriter are faster than those learning on a computer. But that's just my opinion. I suck either way. I was terrible on a typewriter, and I'm equally bad on a computer. Some ginger yesterday for a ferment. Sure, I could have used non-organic. I bought the organic ginger. And the organic wars continue. So I do feel it important to ask, now that I've started this full project as part of a based on everybody saying, hey, you should work on it. You should work on it. Now, granted, I'm starting it earlier than expected. I know Nick has started working on his. Anybody else going to be joining us on the Harpy build? against flexing your wealth. Whew. Wow. I've separated. Yeah, I brought it down to 0. There's gonna be certainly some cleanup and patching there. Ooh, that's ugly. Ugly, I tell you. Ugly. All right, let's remove this one. Yes, I will soon. Nice. We'll look to dig into some balsa. Nice. Well, I guess you could make a harpy out of balsa. Some plastic, and now question how I will be replacing it. Which plastic did you remove, Nick? So, 15 minutes to go. Have a busy one. All right, Joe, take it easy, brother. May your day go peacefully and smoothly, Joe. No plans for an air comet, too. Cool. Those tiny laser ports. Oh, the ones at the on the top, Nick. The ones right at the top there. That I'm gonna have to fix somehow too. Let's see. Okay. So they're not doing surgery. Apparently, waiting to get a call from my mom's brother to see what the doc says. All right. Yeah, keep us posted, Charles, please. And again, prayers out there that this goes better than expected. No, that I will be working is newer than yours, though. I'm working on both of them at the same time, Tom. In fact, what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to bring these instructions in. I may have them scanned at 1-to-1, reduce to 72%, and then have a set of drawings available that I can kind of refer to try to continue to maintain scale. But I'm building both at the same time, which is why this is called the then and now build. Yes, those I keep the tiny square reaches line, but now I need different rod tube to fit. I need that fancy center drill tool you have. Yeah. Are you on AliExpress much, Nick? I mean, I would highly recommend take a look. They've been doing some interesting thing with like being able to use coins. I just bought a $28 model for like $18. One of the manga Chinese arm AFVs. It's not a tank. And I mean, like, there are days when they're doing like 32% off of something. Now, I'm not saying that that's across everything. I don't know, but I've seen some extremely aggressive pricing on some things, like pricing I've never seen before. Charles, are you home now, or are you still out and about? Are you still at work? I know also that you have potentially days off. I'm curious. Yeah, one of the things that I might consider doing with these things, Nick, is putting in um, maybe some kind of like a photo etched gun barrel in there. Find it in 1/100 and 1/72 scale, if possible. Or just get some wicked tiny brass. My car on alley, just too broke this time of year with Christmas taxes and yeah. Understandable. I was telling my wife, I've had my hobby search cart. I've had that now for 2 years. I was ready to pull the trigger right before she was retired from her job in 2024, and I just finances just haven't allowed for like that massive a purchase. Little here and a little there is one thing, but a sizable order, like, it's going to be probably about $400 or $500. Like, yeah, no, can't do that. Speaking of, Nick, have you heard anything further from the potential new job? I know that you mentioned that they're going to start potentially looking to hire soon. Can't recall what that soon was. Not yet. Have a lip there, which I don't think is going to be problematic on the back end. If I get this done, cleaned up enough this morning, I might prime it tonight. My hope is I've still got to prime all that other stuff we talked about yesterday. I'd like to get to priming sooner this week if possible. But I think this is going to require primer for me to see what needs to get done. The front's easy to get, which I guess is probably the harder of the two. I need to get this ass end portion brought down. Yikes. I think we've actually got it. Just going to do a little polishing because I'm hitting this thing up with 120 grit. There we go. All right. We now got all of that stuff down. And I believe looking at it, it's all in the same plane. But the only way I'm going to know for certain is when we prime it. So let's just buff it out a little bit. Yeah. Let me look into that. See if I can get maybe some machine guns in here of some sort. We watch the anime. I believe in the anime, you don't see any kind of barrel. It's going to be patching. Oh, yeah. Got some patching repair to do, but that's okay. That's actually looking pretty okay. Okay. Let's put this on, and I can just see there's a little place right at the top there at that corner. It's just a little notched out, which I'll have to fix. How's Harpy look so far since you returned? Same. I've changed everything out, though. I've shaped the front of this thing to replicate more of the one in the Hasegawa version. I'm not sure I'm going to get it to be 100% the same, but we'll do that. I'm going to be puttying this front schnozzle area here to replicate the more rounded look of this one here. And then all of these pieces up top here that I originally installed are now going away. And they're going to be replaced. I don't think so. I'll have to take a look because I don't believe the Harpy was piloted by the Murphy Pirates. I don't believe that we see them again in any of the other series. The Murphy Pirates never reappeared. Okay. Okay. One last bit of polishing, and then we're done. So who knows? Tomorrow I might be able to paint this thing, or at least hit it with some surfacer and just see what happens. Okay, but anyway, there we go. All removed. And then tomorrow I will continue to work on these little doodads. We got these ports. 7. I've got 3 more to do. I'd like to make more than I need. There we go. And we're done. All right, my friends. Time for me to roll. Get ready for to start the workday. Stay safe and stay sane. Guys, I appreciate everybody who's on here every morning, and particularly when people pop in, because when people talk and bring up their whatever, good things, bad things, whatever, we're a family, we're a community, and we need to do more of this. We need to be more in tune with each other and be polite with each other and do right by each other. And I'm not saying that just in terms of our group here, but also just let's take this out into the real world. The same kind of love and respect and kindness that we show to our friends and family here, let's bring that out into the real world, because God knows the real world right now is basically saying, screw empathy, screw you, all of that. And that's just wrong. So go out there again, do good, and brighten the world as much as you can. I'll be back on tomorrow working on this. And if I remember, I will show you what I'll be doing as part of my crook collection. All right, guys, do good. Love you all. And I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.